Hello and welcome to Sisters for Financial Independence. Here at Sisters for Fi, I talk a lot about saving money, paying off debt, as well as investing. But we're going to table those topics for another video. Instead, I'm going to show you some of the best purchases we've made for our family and our household to make our day-to-day lives a little bit easier. Spending money in today's society is so easy. We are constantly influenced by marketing, advertising, and social media. We go to Target, we see something cute, add it to our cart, it goes on our credit card. We see something at Costco, it's on sale, we bring it home. And the problem with this is that most of our purchases lack intentionality. They actually just end up clutter. So my proposal for you in this video is to think about the last purchases you made. How much of those were actually intentional items that you knew you needed and wanted, could afford, and are actually using. My first purchase recommendation for you today seems a little silly, but I don't see enough households using it. And it is this device. Do you know what this is? It is a shoehorn, and it allows you to put your shoes quite easily. Now, when I was pregnant, and like most pregnant women, it is so difficult to get down and tie your shoes or put your shoes on. And this can be a lifesaver. And if you have an older parent or a relative who's not so flexible, can't bend down so easily, this can help them put their shoes on without that awkwardness of having to bend down. Now, we are a household that does not allow shoes in our home. So we are constantly taking off our shoes and putting them on. And this can help you just improve your daily life. It's also easy for kids to use, so they now don't have to bother you with putting their shoes on. One of the things that's also helpful with a shoehorn is that if you have a nice outfit on, you don't have to bend down and crease and wrinkle your outfit to put your shoes on. Now, a shoehorn normally comes in plastic, metal, as well as wood, and you can get it anywhere. Shoehorns normally come around $10 to $30 depending on what type you get, and it's really a small purchase that improves just your day-to-day living. Now, you can get them on Amazon. You can also get this one from Ikea, which is made of metal, which will last longer. And an added benefit to the shoehorn is that you are no longer crushing the back of your shoes, which means your shoes will last longer, which of course results to more money saved in the long run. I know this seems so simple, but it is so practical. So consider adding it to your routine so you can get in and out of your house with ease. My next purchase recommendation is something that I also mentioned in this video, how to cook more at home so that you spend less money on takeout, save more money, as well as eat healthier at home. And that is to invest and buy yourself a good quality kitchen knife. Now, I get it. When we are in saving mode, we will do with what we have. But at some point, it will be necessary for you to invest in good quality tools so that you can do more. And I believe that purchasing a good kitchen knife will go a long way. Having good tools can make being in the kitchen less of a chore and more of an enjoyable endeavor. My husband and I cook most of our meals at home. Now, at the beginning, we didn't know much. We were just buying whatever was available. But as we increased our skills when it came to chopping, as we figure out more ways to be more efficient in the kitchen, we started investing in these items that would make our work in the kitchen that much easier. And a good sharpened quality knife can go a long way to make your job in the kitchen that much easier. There are tons of options for knives, but I would go with wire cutters budget pick, which is the Victorinox Swiss Classic Chef's Knife 8-inch. That will run you around $50, but more importantly, it puts you on the path to learn a life skill. And over time, you might end up upgrading that as your skills get better. But start with that. Start with just moving from a small knife to this 8-inch knife to make your life in the kitchen that much easier. I'd also recommend, if you have some leftover cash, to also spend it on a good quality knife sharpener. It will absolutely change the game for you. Remember that for a lot of us, we might not have grown up with someone cooking in the kitchen. That is why we've come to rely on DoorDash as well as Uber Eats. But now there is so much content to help you level up your cooking skills so you can eat better. So don't forget that YouTube is your friend if you just want to learn how to cut things properly, how to use your knife properly, and use that to up your skills. So with your sharpened, good quality knife in hand, the next tool that I'm going to recommend that you purchase, and that will also change the way you cook in the kitchen, is to buy yourself a stainless steel saute pan. This is to help you improve your cooking skills, help you to cook more at home, cook more delicious food at home that you know you and your family are going to eat. These are all going to be investment pieces or luxury items that you want to start thinking about and putting the mindset of using money for these. What I would not recommend is that you buy the internet's latest trendy pan. Now, I know you know what I'm talking about, and I am going to recommend you stay away from anything that's been heavily marketed, anything that is constantly on Instagram, because unfortunately, these don't have the quality that will last a while. So you do end up spending more money on these things. And I know for a fact that some of these things, unfortunately, just don't last long. So invest in something that is going to carry you over the years. A stainless steel pan is also a good idea if you are trying to move away from harmful chemicals and just be a little bit healthier in the new year. I love a good stainless steel pan because it can be very versatile. You can use it for frying, sauteing, and even making soup. And it is a little bit luxurious to be able to cook your food in this, but I think you deserve something that is clean, free of chemicals, and that you can use for a long time. Stainless steel pans are unique because it doesn't react with acidic foods like cast iron pans do. They are fairly lightweight, so they're easy to hold and carry, and they heat up quicker, and they're also very easy to clean up. You would just get yourself the barkeeper's friend and get yourself a sponge, and you can get your stainless steel pan as clean as the first day you bought it. We personally have a set from Tramontina, but those can be very expensive. So what I would recommend is just start with one pan. Try the saute pan because it's versatile, and use that for all of your cooking needs. As your cooking skills improve, as you work on just gaining those experience, you can then upgrade and level up. Now, these pans cost around $50. You're spending $50 on something that will last you a very long time and provide you a lot of benefits. Having these good quality tools in your kitchen can help you be more confident in the kitchen, which ultimately means better food for you and your family. And in the end, health is wealth after all. As we all spend money, one of the things that might be helpful to keep in mind is this concept called cost per use. And it is basically assigning a value each time you use an item. So if you buy a pan that's $50, you only use it one time, that cost to you was $50. But the more you use it, the more it becomes valuable to you, because then the cost per use goes down and you know that's a pan that was worth the money. You can do this for clothes. You can do this for anything else that you buy. It's very expensive for you to be buying that item if you're only using it that one time. Consider that concept, cost per use, the next time you buy something, so you get more intentional with what you're spending your money on. So when I was in my 20s, I didn't really practice good dental hygiene, which resulted in multiple root canals. Now, if you have ever had a root canal, they are expensive, they are painful, and they cost you in time. So my next purchase recommendation is for you to actually consider buying yourself, your partner, or your kids an electric toothbrush. I know, nothing really sexy, but it can save you so much pain and so much money down the line. Electric toothbrushes are definitely more expensive than manual ones, but they do pay off in the long run. The way electric toothbrushes generally work is that they produce significantly more brush strokes per minute, which results in more effective plaque removal as well as healthier teeth and gums. And most come with timers and pressure sensors to help you brush properly. Apparently, the most common mistake many of us make when it comes to dental hygiene is that we are not brushing our teeth long enough. An electric toothbrush will generally run you $100 for a 2-pack. We got ours at Costco probably over 5 years ago. Still works well. We just replace the brush heads every 3 months like they recommend. And I'm happy to report that Our dental bills are better. We're not going to the dentist as much. These toothbrushes still last us a while. And we've also transitioned our 5-year-old to use a kid's electric toothbrush. And also happy to report that she is in the No Cavities Club. So consider this a purchase that will make your life easier, even if it's not something that you see the benefit of right away. A lot of our purchases we get because, hey, it makes us happy, it makes us smile, but maybe some of the things that you're going to purchase today, its impact will be small but mighty over the long run. So consider those kinds of purchases to just make your life a little bit better. Let's stick with the hygiene category for a little bit. Now, my next recommendation is something that the whole world knows, they use, they install basically almost everywhere. The United States, unfortunately, has not caught on to this, but I now see so many companies making these systems and they're easy to install. And that is a bidet system. Now, when you hear the word bidet, you might automatically think luxurious, second toilet, second bathroom, but they now make so many kinds of bidet systems just to help you have a cleaner hygiene process in the bathroom. We have two in our home. They are installed, one in each bathroom, and they were fairly inexpensive. One was a $40 option and the other one was over $100. So it's really up to you. But if you go to Amazon, search for bidet, you can figure out one that works for you. And this is one of those purchases that seems awkward. If you've never used it, it can be weird to use. The more you use it, the better you feel. Consider the cost per use. By the end of the month, this will be a cheap option. Some of the bidet systems do come like from $30 up to $200, $250, depending on what kind you get. You can always upgrade what you want. So consider this as an option just to improve your daily life. I hope this video has provided you some ideas on how to spend your money in a way that improves your life. I'd love to know in the comments what has been your best purchase so far this year. A lot of the products I've mentioned so far in this video are meant to last you long. They are meant to last you over 5 years, maybe 10 years. The products that we have in our home is something that we have had for probably over 5 years. And what that means is that we don't have to think about replacing those products. If you buy quality from the early on, yes, you will spend a little bit more on it, but that means that you can then use your brain power for something else in the future. So don't forget that buying quality, something that lasts long, means it's something that you don't have to think about in the future as far as looking for a new one. Just think about the time savings that you would have for that. My father is a big proponent of being self-sufficient. So when I first moved into my first apartment many years ago, he got me a tool set, and it was designed specifically for women, a little bit smaller handles. And while I did not know how to use all of the tools in that set, it gave me access to those tools. And over time, I learned to use it to hang frames, put furniture together, and fix other things. So my recommendation is for you to get your own tool set. It doesn't have to be power tools, but at least a tool set that you can use, especially if you are a single woman, if you are someone who wants to learn how to use this stuff. When I first moved into my first apartment, social media was still very new, and so there wasn't a lot of examples of women using tools, power tools, as well as doing a lot of DIY. So it's nice to see now that there's a lot of women showing these skills to other folks so that we can all learn from them. Now, you don't need anything fancy as far as your own tool set. You can find one at Home Depot, Amazon, as well as Ikea. So you have tons of options to choose from. I have a few tools from Ikea, and they've lasted us again over 5 years. So consider going there just to save on your budget. Now, owning and using these tools, which will run you around $100 or less, can empower you to fix and make stuff on your own, which can help you save money in the long run, as well as allow you to do house maintenance. Doing some of these house maintenance on your own can boost your confidence, and it can also help you ask the right questions for if and when something bigger comes up in your home. And I don't know about you, but it's a really nice feeling to be able to complete projects as well as fix things in your own home. And it also gives you this mindset about fixing things. it is so easy to discard items now, right? We can easily get it, we can easily get a replacement. But if we have our own tools, if we know how to fix, mend, we can move away from being a throwaway society. We can now look at certain things with a different eye and an eye towards fixing and mending these things so we don't readily put things in the trash. And it also means that your home is a little bit nicer because you're able to fix anything that's broken or crooked, and you create an inviting space for yourself, your family, and your guests as well. The next purchase that I loved and absolutely, I feel like changed my life is a pair of sneakers. Last year, I experienced my very first major knee pain. I had never had knee pain like that before. After carefully backtracking, I found the cause, and it was just bad sneakers, worn out sneakers. I had never thought about replacing them because they looked fine. They looked like they could last another year or so, but they were lacking in support. They just didn't have the support I needed, especially as my body's changed, as the things I was doing changed. Look at your shoes and to make sure you opt for the ones that are quality and that give you the right support, especially if you are someone who is either walking more or standing more or just doing more with your body. We sometimes neglect those kinds of things and its impact on our well-being in the long run. When I decided to get new shoes, I decided that I wanted to try them on. So I went to a few stores and I realized that unfortunately a lot of the quality is really, really shitty. I'm sorry. A lot of the stuff that's out lacks support. They feel like they're going to fall apart after 2 wears. And so in this case, you do have to be discerning about the stuff that you buy and the stuff that you wear. I know it's easy to get something from Amazon, Temu, or Shein and be done with it. But oftentimes these aren't made to last, and these will never provide you the kind of support that your body needs. So reconsider your purchases when it comes to these kinds of things. I ended up buying the Nike Metcons, which I am super happy with it. It gives me that stability. I know it's going to last long, and I've used it for months now without any knee pain. They ran me around $115, and it seems a little pricey if you compare it to sneakers that you can get for $20. The positive long-term effects of it has been great. Buy quality so that your body will not suffer later on. When I was growing up, we spent our Saturdays doing house chores. This included laundry, cleaning the bathrooms, and dusting my mom's figurine collections. So it felt strange to hire strangers to come into our home to clean our house for the first time. But if you've got kids, pets, or just need a general scrub down, this can be a great use of your time and your money, hiring people to come into your house to do a cleanup. And yes, I do still clean the house before the cleaning ladies arrive. I put things away just to make it easier for them to do the work of really getting down to cleaning all the nooks and crannies of our house. Yes, you can definitely clean your house on your own, and no one can clean your house like you do, but it can be nice to be out and come home to a clean and scrubbed down house. For a lot of us, it can be hard to hire other people to do the things that we've normally done, like cleaning, like laundry, because this has been built into our system, our psyche, that we are supposed to be doing this. But at one point in your life, you might need help. You might also want to be spending your time in other ways that's more beneficial to you, that makes you happier instead of cleaning or doing laundry. Consider adding a line item in your budget to hire other people to help you with stuff around the house, whether that's cleaning, whether that's laundry, whether that's mowing the lawn. The one thing I would encourage you to do is to provide guidance to the people that you hire so that your expectations are met. Many of us have actually never hired people before, so we don't know how to treat that relationship, and sometimes we are unsure of what to ask for or how to guide them. Specifically, if you are hiring a cleaning crew, their job is to clean. They are not going to declutter your things. Most likely, they're not going to organize. They might just put it in a pile so that you can deal with it later. If you want more things to be done, negotiate on that up front. See if you can negotiate that certain things be clean or certain rooms not be clean. But you have to let them know so that they meet your expectations as well as your standards, and you don't come back at the end of the cleaning time and feel like nothing was done. Depending on where you live, a bi-weekly cleaning will run you anywhere from $100 to $250 depending on the size of your house, location, and whether it's a large company or a small shop that's doing the work. But if a bi-weekly cleaning is not in your budget, then consider a one-time service. Trust me, it will be worth the money to have someone come in and do the dirty work of scrubbing down your house. One time a quarter, maybe even if it's once a year, then spend your money wisely for that. Once you realize how much some of these services provides you in terms of more time, less stress, a cleaner home, you will start shifting the way you spend your money. Perhaps instead of buying all of the little knickknacks at Target, you get more intentional with saving that money aside to pay for these services. My last purchase recommendation is actually for another service, and that is for babysitting services. Now, if you are a busy mom or if you are a stay-at-home mom, if you are a parent, you know the value of time away from your kids. This is not to say that you just don't want to spend time with your kids, but there are some things that you might want to do that doesn't involve your kids. And putting funds away in a babysitting services budget line item that you can use to hire someone that's trustworthy, someone that you know, someone that your kids love, can be so worth it. And this just means that you now have the freedom to be able to hire whoever you need to come into your house, watch your kids for a few hours so you can get work done, de-stress a little bit, or spend time with your partner. We are sometimes in this cycle of just spending, maybe not really thinking about how else can we add value to the kind of stuff that we spend money on. So in this case, you're going to spend money to just reclaim some of your time. Money should be spent in a way that brings us happiness. So a good way to also do this is to spend money on services that can allow you to do that. So there you have it. Those are some products and services that have improved our daily life. And I hope these inspire you to use your money to buy things that will improve your day-to-day. For more tips to help you cook more at home, save money on takeout, check out this video. And for more tips to help you be more intentional with your spending, this video is for you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!